Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm Borden.
I'm Tony.
We're going to do our podcast.
Are we?
Again,
Are we?
The 100th fucking time.
I don't know if we're at
50th time. We have like 50 videos.
Probably. All right. This week we are going to dedicate this episode to talking about the new Nintendo console, the Nintendo Switch. It does appear that, the rumored NX is going to be called Switch officially.
Yep.
So, for those of you who haven't seen it yet or haven't watched our news video yet, Nintendo Switch got announced yesterday. We're recording this as a Friday,
It'll be
so
up
yeah,
Saturday, like 2 days ago.
Yeah, a couple days ago. So they did show like a trailer video. It is confirmed it is a hybrid home and portable console, which is a lot of what people were thinking it was before.
Call it a home console.
I mean, it is. It
Kind
literally attaches to your TV and has a dock and whatever.
To me, it just feels like a mobile device that kind of goes to the screen, and
It depends, because they did say
there is a controller. They showed a controller.
There's a Pro controller. It looks like a fucking Xbox controller or whatever.
And we'll get into this because I have some problems with this whole calling it a home console thing. I don't feel
Well,
comfortable
they said that they are focusing it more so as a home console, from what I've heard.
Now, if that was truly the case, though, the hardware would be in a different spec, and that's what bothers me. Because,
Well, you don't know the hardware.
No, I
yet.
don't. But for it to be a mobile device, and to be playable mobile without using a streaming internet connection,
Yeah.
it's got to have some hardware limitations as far as processing power goes, and
True.
graphical fidelity. Which, if that's the case, when games are getting upwards of like 80 gigs in file size,
Yeah, that's a big thing.
we're going to run into a problem.
That's a big thing too, because they said I can't remember if it was official or not, but I think I read somewhere that storage was like 32 gigs on it or something like that. Now, I don't know if that's true. Don't hold me to that. And I don't know if that's just what comes with its stock, or if it's got like an SD slot that comes with like a 32 gig card, and then you can swap it out for whatever you want. Because if you can swap it out for whatever you want, you can get SD cards as big as you fucking want now. That's not a big deal.
The other thing I'm thinking is going to happen with this whole hardware thing is that most likely when you dock this system, you're going to have better visual fidelity.
Probably.
It's going to run on a higher setting. You take that on mobile, it's going to go down to shit.
It's possible. I mean, we don't know that yet. It didn't look like... I mean, now who knows? All we saw was a trailer.
They were showing the mobile gaming.
Yeah.
She was fucking playing Zelda and
Yeah.
Mario, which are very low.
But, I mean, that being said, like, the Zelda game is like an open world... Like, it's a massive game, and it doesn't look terrible. Like, it's not... It's got a more of a, like, cartoony look, because that's how Zelda kind of looks. But, like, as far as that goes, like, I mean, they were playing, like, Skyrim, and it looked like Skyrim.
Here's the thing about Skyrim I wanted to bring up. I have this here. I'm wondering if this is the Skyrim remastered that we have, or if this is going to be Skyrim remastered, but it's Skyrim from before. It's the Xbox 360 Skyrim.
I have a feeling it's Skyrim remastered. Like, it's going to be the remastered version, but they're not going to have any, like, the mod support or anything like that. But, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I honestly feel like the Skyrim you're getting for the Switch is a downgraded graphically downgraded version of Skyrim. It's going to be more like the 360 and the PS3's Skyrim.
I
honestly
don't know,
gotta
man.
say, because what it's wanting you to do,
I think you're cutting it really short. Like, I think you're really...
Until I see the hardware specs,
Yeah.
I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical because mainly that it's a mobile device. And that's what's really throwing me off here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really hope that this is good, because I really like the concept that I can take my system, I can take my fucking tablet,
Yeah.
go to wherever you are,
Yeah.
and we play together.
Yeah, no, I was gonna bring that up. You were talking about, like, the possibilities for, like, LAN parties and stuff like that. Like, did you notice in the trailer, those, like, that team of people, like, when they show, like, the professional gamers, like, getting around, they were literally they had their systems in a circle, and they were just playing multiplayer right then and there. So I have a feeling either it's going to run off Wi-Fi, or it's going to have its own
ad hoc network.
Yeah, ad hoc network that you can play off of, where it's like you can just where it's like, as long as you're within like 5-10 feet or whatever. Like, I don't know what the range on an ad hoc is, but like, as long as you're within range, you're going to be able to play with other people as long as they've got their thing on them. Now, the other thing too is, like, they've got multiple ways to play. Like, I know, so like, I know, like, the most likely way people are gonna play this is probably with the controllers
connected to it. Yeah.
With the what do they call them? The Joy-Con controllers. That's literally what they're called, by the way. But like, yeah, the controllers that you click onto the side of this thing, like that's probably going to be the way people played it. They show the one fucking guy on the plane and he's sitting like this, like holding the two separate controllers. Like, no one's going to fucking play like that. That looks stupid as fuck.
Oh, I'm going to do that.
No, you would, you fucking piece of shit.
Here's the whole thing on that. I'm wondering how battery life is going to work with these multiple devices being separate. Like, are these sticks going to charge when connected to the tablet? Are they going to run out of battery life quickly? Are they going to run on batteries? Are you going to have to put fucking AAA batteries into them?
Who knows? Yeah.
How long does the tablet even run for?
That is the biggest question. Honestly, I think as of right now, the only question that matters. I mean, graphical fidelity and how much processing power is a big question, but I honestly
think
but
it's not.
It's not the question.
No.
The question is, how long does the battery life last on
also
that tablet? Because if that tablet only lasts for like an hour or two, it's
no point.
Useless.
And you better it better come with a charge cord or have a standard like cell phone charge cable that you can use to
not
charge
some proprietary fucking bullshit.
Yeah, do not. Which, you know what, Nintendo seems to be taking the step towards being more productive as a game system.
Yep.
I totally have confidence it's probably just going to have a normal charge cable for a cell phone.
Let's hope like it does do micro USB, just like Xbox and PlayStation have kind of gone in that direction. Like you said, I have a feeling, like just from what I've seen from this trailer alone, I have a feeling that Nintendo is trying to get back in the good graces of gamers. Like,
get into the mainstream again.
Did you notice there was no mention of Wii U? They got rid of that title entirely. There's nothing.
How fond are you of the Switch name?
I don't care for it. But then again, you know what? Honestly, every time we hear a new fucking console name, it's always the same thing. Where it's always like, Xbox like One. Why'd they name it that? And then, like, nowadays, we don't even give a shit. You know what I mean?
It's called
like,
the Nintendo Gamepad. That would have been cool.
I thought, honestly, no, what was it? I was watching someone else, and they were saying, you know what would have been a good idea? Just calling it the Nintendo. Straight up. Go back to a basic branding. This is your Nintendo. Give it a technical name, like Nintendo... Kind of like Nintendo NES. Like, the original Nintendo was called the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES,
it's
right?
not just the Wii. It's not just the Switch either. It's Nintendo... Switch.
Yeah.
So it is there. That at least is nice.
People will probably end up just calling it Nintendo anyway.
I really appreciate the whole art campaign they're doing for this. Like the whole look of it all. Like the system itself is just sleek black and gray.
I was just about to say, you know what I like about it a lot? It doesn't look cheap.
No. The sticks the controllers on the side of the gamepad kind of do to me.
But when they're attached to the thing, they don't.
Yeah, so
I feel like when they're by themselves, they kind of do. But as soon as they clicked it onto the side of that tablet, the tablet looks nice. It doesn't look like the fucking Wii U fucking Fisher-Price garbage, stupid controller tablet.
Here's
like
another thing.
That thing looks like it's made for a child. You know what I mean? The Switch does not. The Switch looks like it's made.
It looks like it's made for adults.
Exactly, and that's what I think.
But here's the problem: Nintendo's core fan base is gonna fucking destroy these things.
No, see, that's the problem, though. I have a feeling they're trying to target us as an audience.
Us, not
I don't think they're... No, I think that's the other thing I was going to say. Did you notice in this trailer, they didn't show some fucking guy with his grandmother or, like, you know, some dude with his little kid showing that... No, they showed people our age...
Fucking hipsters going
having fucking rooftop parties and shit. Yeah. But that's the funniest part. Like, no, but like they showed a couple of people in a park together, or like you said,
or a bunch of Asians in a parking garage
doing whatever they're doing. Yeah, being sketchy as fuck. Apparently, no, but like you know what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're trying to like even the name Switch kind of assumes a little bit of a this is Nintendo trying to take a different direction with their product because Nintendo knows their last product failed. Mm-hmm. The Wii U was a fucking colossal failure as far as their consoles go. And if they're not careful, they're going to lose the entire...
This is their last chance.
Yeah,
this is their last chance.
This is legitimately Nintendo's last chance at a home console. Their mobile's fine. Like, I mean, even if this fails, they could probably release another DS at some point down the future, and it would do well.
Here's what I wanted to know.
But I feel like they're trying to bring that together. I want them to bring this all to one.
I have some theories on this. With it being a mobile device, are they going to cut off the whole idea of even making DSs anymore? Or
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do what they did with the 2DS and the 3DS. They're going to build a tablet version of these of the Switch, but it has no dock. The sticks don't come off. It's just going to be a simple pad.
I doubt it. No. See, my thought process is this. I think they're going to make games for this and this only. I have a feeling that they're going to make games for the 3DS and whatever up until, say, the end of next year. And then everything they're making from now on goes towards the Switch.
Because I think this is a great platform to have like the Pokemon games on and have your mainstream games
Can you
on.
imagine if the next Pokemon fucking Mars and Jupiter or whatever? I don't know. I'm just making names up.
Yeah.
But like
Mars and Jupiter.
they did
30
Sun and Moon.
seconds to Mars
Yeah.
and Jupiter.
But anyway, yeah, like the next. Can you imagine if the next set of Pokemon games coming out was not on your handheld? Like, well, it kind of is, but it's on a console that you can play at home with a Pro controller,
and they up the quality.
and they up the quality to enough to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't like they're getting there though. If you think about it, have you seen Sun and Moon? Like Sun and Moon look like a 3D RPG now. It's not the old school top down like. Not crappy graphics, but like just like Game Boy graphics. Then they're like the last few games, like especially like Alpha and like X and Y, like they're getting to the point now where those games are starting to look
AAA.
Yeah, like they're always
They're AAA for but I'm
exactly.
talking AAA on a main platform.
Exactly, that's the thing is like if they can start making these games for consoles, and it's gonna fucking that is the thing that's gonna sell these units off the fucking shelves. If Nintendo's smart, I would say that honestly. They've made their money off of the 3DS and the whole DS chain. They've done that for years now. I have a feeling it would be a much smarter business move to say, okay,
if you want mobile, this is the only way you
do it. If you want our mobile thing, this is the way to do it. This is a mobile console as well. Even if you want to just play it mobile, it's fine like that. Like you said, it's going to really heavily depend on what the battery life is. But then, like I said, like if you put like Pokemon on this console, people are going to go fucking nuts. You know what would be great? The fucking Fire Emblem games. Like, this console could be, oh my God, I didn't even think about this. This console could be the new home console for RPGs.
Totally.
3DS is dominating right now when it comes to JRPGs. For people who, like me,
being able to dock it when you're at home, perfect.
Exactly. It's
on
like
your
I
4K
said. Like,
televisions and your big screens.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even joking. Like, to be able to be like, you know what? I've been playing this all the way to work and on my breaks and it's hurting my hands now. I don't want to stare at a screen 2 feet away from my face, but I want to play my game. I'm just going to go home, grab my fucking Pro Controller, sit back and turn on my TV and dock it.
Now, apparently the Pro Controller does work with the thing while you're portable.
Which is super helpful, too, because I like that idea as well.
Because the idea that, if you notice, it had like a little bit of a
stand,
so you can like stand it up in front of you, hook up your Pro
I do
Controller,
really enjoy that.
and like you play on the go. You don't have to use the
you don't
the
have
Joy
to, no.
Pro or Joy-Con.
You can even take those off. You don't even have to bring them with you. If you feel like this is cumbersome, this is going to get me into trouble, I'm going to leave them at home. Bring the tablet and the controller.
Pro Controller, yeah, exactly.
Which this is NVIDIA technology that they stated that they used NVIDIA technology to do this, which that makes me a little bit more positive towards its power.
Yeah.
But even then, like, as long as it's 360
What was
above,
the thing that NVIDIA made that was portable? The Shield?
the Surface and the Shield and all that? They didn't have the Surface. They had the
No,
Shield.
Surface is Microsoft.
But they had a tablet as well that they were doing it with.
But like, wasn't Shield like a portable gaming thing that they tried to do? Like, how powerful was that?
It was pretty powerful.
I wonder if they worked with NVIDIA and like basically said, hey, we want that technology to make Nintendo games, basically. Like, what a fucking good business idea that would be. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's like I said, I have a feeling like, okay, just as an old school gamer, I really hope this does well, and I'm very excited. Like, honestly, I'm pretty much sold on it already as it is. I'm excited to see what comes out more. But honestly, as an old school Nintendo fan, like, I'm just sick of Nintendo not being
top dog anymore.
Good, like just good in general. And like I mean that, like I know like people are still Nintendo fans, blah blah blah. But like the Wii U was a garbage console. I had a Wii U for months. And I turned it on 3 times and never played it again.
I only played a couple games on it.
The Wii was not fun. Like the Wii was made, and you know what? Yes, you can say it was financially their most successful like console ever. True, but they made shit games for it. They made games that were made for fucking 2-year-olds and grandparents, and like it was fun to fucking play bowling every once in a while, but like honestly, it wasn't a console for gamers, which is why it was like, practically shunned by, same with the Wii U. They were shunned by third-party support. Now, I looked up the list of developers that are actually going to be developing games, third-party games for the Switch. They're all there. Activision's there. Bethesda's there.
If I can play Destiny on my tablet,
oh my fucking God, yeah. Like, can you imagine
if I
Destiny
just connect
2?
it to my phone internet and
or like, I wonder if they're going to release Destiny 2, or if they're just going to go straight to Destiny, like, right now as it is, like, release the collection. considering it comes out in March. Like, release the collection on Nintendo.
I'm very interested to see too. Like,
oh my god, that'd be so much fun. The only problem with a game like that is you would have to have persistent
internet
connection. Yeah,
but that's what I'm thinking. It'd be super cool if they like had a plan where you could just pay monthly and connect to the internet through the device. Like, that'd be super crazy. I don't know if
that's hard to do. No, because that was like what who did that? Nokia? Was that the N-Gage that did that? Where they tried to it was Nokia because they were a phone company. They tried to sell models. That was just like the Vita as well. The Vita had a 3G model that you could buy like a plan for through like, I think in Canada it was like through Rogers or something like
Rogers,
that.
Yeah.
But like that kind of shit, I don't know if that would really go well. Mostly it's probably going to run off of Wi-Fi. Just because I have a feeling they're probably not going to put the time and stock.
But you can do it off your phone. I play on PS4 on my phone.
All the time. Yeah.
When my internet was out and you use my phone data, it worked fine. So having that would be so cool. Just be like, you know what? I gotta wait here for like an hour at work or something, or I gotta wait for something like anywhere. You could just be like, I'll play a few matches of Destiny.
And that's the exact thing. Like, and that's what I'm saying too. That makes this system so cool. Is it's a difference for me. I don't really like portable gaming all that much, but it makes me excited because this is different. Portable gaming has always had that kind of stigma to me where it's like
it's not really gaming. Yeah, it's not
the same. It is. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to put down portable gaming.
I'm saying it's not the same as sitting in your living room on a PS4.
Exactly.
It's
but
not
like
the same.
It's like someone else was saying. They're like, if I could go on a plane right now and spend the next 6 hours flying, but play Skyrim the entire way, sign me fucking up. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's a great idea to have. It's what the Vita was supposed to be, basically. That console
Vita was a little too ahead of their time.
You know, and I will say that PlayStation, this is essentially what they were trying to do with Vita, with the whole like cross-play and like, you know, like the remote play and everything like that. Like this, it just wasn't the right thing. It wasn't the right device. That it was too soon and people didn't get it, kind of thing. Like, but when you look at what they're doing, like I was watching Kind of Funny's like PlayStation podcast, and they were talking about the fact that like you better believe PlayStation's watching. If this does well, I guarantee you're going to see a Vita 2.
PlayStation,
or they're not going to call it Vita 2. They're going to be like Nintendo. They're going to completely switch the name up. See what I did there? No, but like I guarantee, because PlayStation's been trying to do this for the last like 5-10 years now. They wanted to get Vita attached to the PlayStation 4.
They just weren't desperate enough, I guess.
I don't even think that. I think they just weren't. They weren't in.
They don't need to. They
don't need to. But what's the word I'm looking for? They weren't. They weren't Nintendo enough about it, basically. Like, Nintendo made it so simple. Here's a dock. You literally click it in. It's on your TV. You want to take it on the go? It clicks out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whereas, like, PlayStation, they tried to do the whole, like, well, you got to, like, connect to your thing via your Wi-Fi, and then, like, you got to be signed on the same thing. And, like, it was like one of those things that, and, like the games kind of worked, but the controllers were fucked up because, like, you had the touch pads. That's the other thing, too, is people aren't even sure whether or not there's going to be any kind of touch pad thing like on this screen or not.
Oh.
Because they don't show them doing all that much. They show everything doing with that controller. I can't remember. I think someone said they might have done something in the video or in the commercial where like they touched the screen or something. But like from what I understand, it's going to have practically no touch.
What's
like,
funny
support.
though is that I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm totally okay with not having touch. I don't want touch. Our light's like totally just shit.
I think we're fucking being haunted right now.
By the ghost of Nintendo future.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to tell ourselves how great the system is.
We need to know.
I'm a little kind of going back to the hardware itself. I'm a little concerned on its durability.
That is a big thing. Yes, I will say. I'm curious, like you said, and like you said, there's a lot of parts. If you lose one of those controllers, your whole console is like fucked, right? You know what I mean? Like, because you've got
scratch your screen, you break your tablet screen.
It's a valid point. Like I said, I'm wondering. See, that's the funny thing is like the next 5 months for Nintendo is going to be interesting to me because I
want to know more. And
yeah,
you know what? They really should have. It would have been so much nicer if they're like, this is they showed the trailer and then like here's a spec sheet.
From what I heard, or at least from what it hasn't been released yet. I know that much because I was watching something earlier yesterday or something like that, and they were talking about the fact that Nintendo needs to do what Sony, or they need to do the opposite of what Sony did. Because Sony, apparently when they released the Vita, they hyped all this shit, and then like a month or so before launch, they started announcing all the bad shit. Like, oh, we have proprietary memory cards. They're gonna be like this much, and people were like, whoa, that's kind of shitty. And then like, oh, we need to you need to do this and that. And like, it was like they kept telling basically people all like the bad news right before launch, whereas like people are basically talking about the fact that like Nintendo needs basically to be like, okay, here's how it's going to go. And like you said, like we need to know right away, okay, yeah, the battery life is this long. The tech is this. The blah,
how
blah,
many
blah.
teraflops does it have?
How
what's its
we
networking?
We do know that it's is it going to run on 5G? Mm-hmm. It better.
Yeah.
In this day and age, it better have a 5G like switch option.
PS4 doesn't.
Which is funny. Yeah, like I think the Slim does.
The Slim probably does.
I think the Slim actually does.
The Xbox One and Xbox One S has it.
Yeah. I think for someone told me that the Slim PS4 does actually have a 5G adapter. But then, yeah, like I said, like I know they did show that it's going to be cartridges again. They're getting away from disc technology. They're going into cartridges
Okay,
again.
because I was going to say that. I wrote that down. If it's only going to have a 32 gig memory card, the only way that this is really going to work is that your games come on memory cards.
So, yes, they did announce that the games are going to be cartridges. So they are going back to cartridge technology. Apparently, from what I hear, cartridge gaming is actually the way to go.
I wonder if load times are actually faster.
No, they are. There's no load times. Cartridge games don't have load times because you're not reading a disc. It's literally loading off of the chip. So it's there is no load times. It basically eliminates load times. That's one of the things that's always been a good thing comparatively between cartridge and disc-based games. Apparently, people were saying like it wouldn't be surprised if we kind of move away from disc-based. Like even like the next console series for like PlayStation and Xbox might not even have them too, because I mean at this point we've gotten to the point where we can make basically SD cards that are
super cheap and super big.
Cheap and super huge. Yeah, like I mean, you like they've already released like terabyte size, like fucking like a fucking stick like this that's got a terabyte like on it. You know what I mean? Like
that's crazy.
Which is crazy, and you don't even need that. Like I mean, the only reason they switched to Blu-ray was because Blu-ray could fit a dual-layer Blu-ray disc can fit 50 gigs. You can get a 64 gig memory card for like less than
like $10. Like
yeah,
$10,
like
yeah.
well, maybe not even like maybe a little bit more than that, but I'm sure at cost, if these guys are making them, yeah, they probably cost them next to nothing. Now the discs probably also cost next to nothing, but like it's got to be easier to use. Like the chip technology is probably easier to use. They don't have to print or like they don't have to put a optical drive in their things, which has always been a problem in consoles. You got to think about that too. Like how many consoles have we had over the years that have like, oh, my laser burned out on it. Or my disc doesn't this thing doesn't read anymore. That might not be a problem anymore. No, I hope, and I say this kind of like tongue in cheek, I really hope that this console has a feature, not a feature, but I hope when it doesn't work, I have to click open the thing and blow on it, because it's not gonna feel like a Nintendo unless I have to go, oh, for fuck's sake, it's not reading. Click. Like.
It'd be even better if it just had a port to put old NES games in.
Oh, yeah. That was the other thing people are asking about, is whether or not you're going to be able to like play 3DS. I doubt it. I have a feeling that they are going to get away from anything that was like behind them. I have a feeling that they're moving forward with this console. And like I said, that's why I think they're not going to be making any more handheld devices / games. I think they're going to all be on Switch.
Well, and this is a good way to get what they did good and put it into where they want to go. They want to be the home console again, like they used to be.
They used to be number one, yeah. Like they haven't
Now
been number
they're
one
just
since
the
N64.
now they're the-
well, yeah, no, GameCube wasn't even, because PlayStation beat GameCube out pretty hands
Now,
down. Like,
GameCube was a good console.
it was.
Yeah.
I will say that for sure.
But,
that was probably their last good console.
But it seems like the only thing they're good at right now is their handheld. Their handheld.
Yes, their handheld
they're
market's
the definitive
fucking
for handheld.
Which is why I think it was a smart move for them to take what they do really well, like handheld, and make it into a home experience. Which, like you said, it's a cool experience. That's the interesting thing for me, is like they did state to Kotaku, I think it was, in an interview or something, that they want this to be focused on as a home console. So it's interesting to me that they are just saying that, because it makes me kind of believe that this might be, like I said, I have a feeling the power for this console is going to lie somewhere in between the like PS3 360 generation and the PS4 Xbox One generation. It's going to be right in the middle. It's not going to be as weak as a PS3 and 360, but it's not going to be as powerful as an Xbox One PS4. It's going to be right in the sweet spot in the middle, kind of like all their consoles kind of have been for the last little while. They've always kind of been like a step below. But that being said, we're kind of getting to the point now with gaming that like there are some pretty great games that were running at the end of the life cycle of the 360, and I mean,
that are
obviously
still probably better than games that are out right now for the new system.
That's what I mean when I say, like, I have a feeling I'm not too worried about the power of the system. I don't think this is going to be the system that you're going to
buy if you want graphics. No.
Yeah, no, it's like I
that.
said, like, and it's kind of even, like, fuck, man. We're even having this argument with PS4 and Xbox One at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people are still arguing, oh, well, if you wanted graphics, you buy a PC.
My only fear when it comes to graphics, because it doesn't matter that much on PS4 and Xbox One so much, because they're going to make sure that the games run on both. My fear is that third-party titles will reach a point where we can't play them on the Switch.
Again, yeah, that's a big thing I'm worried about as well. But I have a feeling, I don't know, like, it sounds like they are making this console, they must be making this console at least powerful enough that it's going to be able to run like a bunch of the third party stuff that's coming out in the next few years. Like I said, I don't feel like they would have named off all those like big like third party names if they didn't feel like they were going to have like good support coming from those people.
The only thing is like Skyrim's a great idea to play, but Skyrim doesn't take that much to run. Like base Skyrim.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Do we have a list that we can look at? Because
I'm going to look it up right now.
That would give me an idea of what we're dealing with here.
Switch.
Because the thing, like, because they can be like, yeah, we're playing Skyrim on this thing, and it's like that's not that big of a fucking deal. Like,
well, but that was just one that I think that's going to be a launch game. I think is what the thing is for that. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that is going to be a launch title.
If this goes well, like if this system is good, this system could be top dog.
Which is funny because have you seen the pictures of people animating this controller to look like a dog? Because it looks like it's got the ears and the face. Let's see here. Let me see if I can find a list. Okay. So we've got 505 Games. Activision. Arc Systems, which those are the guys that make the fighting games, the Guilty Gear. Atlas. Fucking Atlas. If Persona's on this console, I'm fucking sold, man. Are you kidding me?
I like the idea of taking Call of Duty on the go.
Yeah. Bandai Namco, Bethesda, Capcom, Codemasters, EA, Epic.
I'm excited for Mass Effect on this.
Exactly. From Software, man. Dark Souls on the go, man. Exactly.
Offline works well with that game.
That'd be amazing. Well, I don't know why they say Havoc, but I guess it's just running a Koei, Tecmo, Konami, Level 5. Level 5, what they make a lot of really good shit too. Platinum Games, Sega, Silicon Studios, Square Enix, so maybe Final Fantasy will be on here.
Sega.
Take-Two, Telltale. TT Games, that's the guys that make Lego.
Yep.
Ubisoft, Warner Bros. So maybe Batman. Maybe we'll see the Batman collection pop up on here.
Nice. And Mortal Kombat and Injustice.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine having that as a fighting game. You could just play with your friend.
Oh, man, exactly. Yeah, no, exactly.
I wonder, here's another idea I never even thought of. How do you think two-player is going to work? Do you think you're going to be able to take the two side sticks and hand a controller to somebody and do two-player on this thing?
Yes, because if you watch the trailer, there are two people playing on the same. They show it. He's got it sitting on the table in front of him. There's a split screen mode, and they're both holding one half each
and looking this far away from the fucking screen.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably. But like, I did notice that they were using each of the controllers like it was its own controller.
Yes, they had it turned sideways.
Yeah. Kind of like you would with the Wiimotes, like almost. So yes, I'm assuming it's going to have split screen support on the actual tablet itself, and like we were talking about earlier, some sort of ad hoc or Wi-Fi multiplayer where, like I said, you could sit around in a fucking parking garage and just, get your fucking game on, man.
Go to McDonald's, just all dock there.
Oh my God, that's going to be a big thing. I have a feeling like
this will be the new mobile arcade.
Starbucks, like in Canada here, like Tim Hortons, all those places that give away like free Wi-Fi, they're going to be packed with people. That's actually a cool idea. Think about the fact that, internet cafes. I was going to say, internet cafes have been kind of a thing, for the last, 20 years or whatever, because, people
We're going to have an internet cafe arcade.
That's what I mean. You could, somebody's going to capitalize on this, where it's going to be they're going to theme their whole cafe on gaming, and it's going to be come on in here, You're
going to have a plug-in for your charge cables.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And this is the first time it's actually, a viable thing, because, I guess, they could have done that with, the 3DS, or with the Vita, but they're not as because they're mobile. I feel like they're not as mainstream.
Just the simple fact I can use a controller.
Yes,
that is because I'm not using those stupid little sticks. You will never see me fucking doing that.
Like I said, the only thing that I can foresee is I'll use those sticks if I have it connected to the tablet and I'm sitting like this playing it, because it's two joysticks and buttons and it'll feel like one cohesive unit because it's all clicked in. Mm-hmm. But yes, the thing is if I'm at home, I'm gonna put that down and I'm gonna pull my Pro controller and I'm just gonna watch it on my TV because that's what I want. I've wanted that since day one. That was the one thing I tried to figure out with like they tried to do it with like once again I keep drawing the the comparison, but like they tried to do it with Vita. Remember PSTV? They tried to do that thing with PSTV where you could play some of your Vita games. That was the problem.
It worked. It was really great technology, but it was not used the right way.
No, well, fucking half the apps didn't work. There was no Netflix. There's no like any of the the fucking apps that people wanted to use on it, and
you couldn't even watch DVDs on Wii U, which I'm just remembering.
Yeah, that's funny. But like, yeah, PSTV even like you could only play a certain amount of games that like it wasn't all the games for the Vita. It was like only certain compatible ones and stuff. And it was like, no, this is the kind of technology like I said, Nintendo's just making it easy because it's literally you show up at home, you click that thing into the dock, and it's done.
And it's charging.
Probably, yeah. You're right, exactly. It's probably sitting there charging. Once again, big question, man. Battery life has got to be huge. Like, what is your acceptable number for hours for battery life?
For being mobile, I'm okay with...
Keep in mind what you're asking for. Like, keep in mind like what you're looking at as far as like a technology. You're like,
I want 5 hours.
You want 5? I would say honestly, acceptable for me is about 4.
Yeah.
Because,
but it's not a huge issue if I can charge it. If I can just plug it into a phone charger.
Oh yeah,
that's fine.
No, that is true.
Especially
I agree
when you're
with
at your friend's house and you're like, oh fuck, I forgot my charger. Like,
because
I mean,
it's like I said, like the big question is like. I say about 4 to, like you said, 4 to 5 hours is probably acceptable because like, I mean, how far are you really going with this thing? And it's not specifically a mobile device where it's like, okay, this isn't like a 3D.
You're pushing it to the limit.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm telling you, man, if the battery life on this thing is like an hour or two, like.
Well, the only good thing is, which we saw this with Pokemon Go, someone's going to make a backup charge unit for this device.
Oh my god, yeah, that was...
People are going to be walking around with backpacks of just batteries.
Yeah, those like cell phone chargers sold like crazy when Pokemon Go came out. People were buying those things up. Like you couldn't even find some of those in stores anymore because so many people bought them out for Pokemon Go. Mm-hmm. That was so funny. Yeah, like I said, the battery life is going to make or break this thing, I think, is the biggest thing.
To me, without that controller, the tablet looks very uncomfortable. The sticks look very uncomfortable. That's one of my biggest concerns, which we can't know till
can't know till we hold it. I have a feeling like we're just kind of talking.
The controller looked pretty well put together.
Yes, the Pro controller looked nice.
My only issue...
They did have offset... Did you notice they had offset analog?
That's not an issue with me. My biggest issue with Nintendo is don't go and fucking do Y, X, B, and A like Xbox and do your fucking mirrored reversed
It is.
bullshit.
I'm sorry to tell you right now what it is.
Okay?
That's but you got to admit that's been Nintendo since Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but you also got to admit you fucking lost the rights to it. Fuck you.
I was gonna say they did it like 20 years before Xbox. Like I don't know. What you're talking about.
Xbox does it better,
I guess. But still, the only thing that fucked up that was fucked up for the longest time was the fact that Nintendo on those stupid fucking gamepads, they put the joysticks above the buttons, which is weird because like every other game console we've ever had, it's joysticks, buttons, buttons. You know what I mean? Whereas like theirs, it was like buttons, or it was joysticks up here and then buttons below it, and nobody knew what the fuck they were doing with that controller because like it's not natural. Everyone's trained their fucking hands to like, you're like mentally triggered.
Not gonna lie though, I had the Wii U's Pro controller, their wireless one.
Yes, I have one of those too.
I had it, and I played Black Ops 2 on it.
Oh yeah,
and I actually loved it as a platform.
Yeah,
I liked it as a system, and it was a little bit more powerful than the Xbox 360. If that's what I'm getting with this, where I can use their controller, and there's,
I don't think it was.
Huh?
I don't think it was.
What was?
The Wii U wasn't as powerful as the 360 and the PS3.
It was. Yes, it was.
I don't think it was.
Yes, it was. It was. It literally was stronger.
I don't know how much stronger because like the Wii U was, there's a reason why nobody made games for it.
No, the Wii U was stronger. The Wii U was literally stronger. It had better hardware.
Yeah.
It had a little bit more RAM because I think the Xbox had like 750 megabytes of RAM.
Oh.
This had like a full gig.
Oh.
Yeah. And it had like it was a stronger console. Did they use that for anything?
No.
God, no. But it was nice. It was I enjoyed Call of Duty on it. And the other thing I liked was there was no fucking DLC on the Wii U. It's funny how different it is not having DLC.
Not having that like whole thing.
Where you're like, I'm missing half this fucking game. Everyone's running around with flashy guns, and I'm sitting here with like
anyway,
rank 10.
We've gone very off topic. Was there anything else that you wanted to cover?
No, I think all the speculation's there.
I'm just gonna ask you, like, are you excited for it?
I'm excited. Like, what they showed in the trailer, if that's what we're getting, I'm totally excited. But I'm still super skeptic because it's fucking Nintendo we're talking about here.
Yes, I agree.
I'm worried that this is all just a hope and a dream, where we're going to get a device that only lasts 2 hours, the sticks feel like shit, the games don't run very well, we don't get third-party titles after the first year. And
that's the real legitimate worry, I think, honestly, right there, is I'm excited for this. I wasn't excited for the Wii, I wasn't excited for the Wii U. This is the first time in a long time that I've actually been legitimately excited for a Nintendo console. And I'm really hopeful, like you're saying, I'm hoping that they keep the support going. Because that's what's going to make or break this console. If it goes back to being just first-party games again, we're back in the situation of the Wii and the Wii U, where it's like there's going to be a shit ton of fucking bloatware, where it's like, here's Carnival Games fucking 5, and here's like fucking
Bowl with your grandma.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's and like if we get a bunch of bullshit like that again, it's a failure as a console, and Nintendo's done. I'm telling you right now. But like if it's
remotely
if they come out with I'm telling you right now, if the next Call of Duty comes out and it's not on this console, there's your fucking sign. Because if it's not on there, if every major release from now until essentially the end of the PS4, Xbox One era does not come out for this,
what's the point?
It's a big sign that people don't want to develop for this console.
Now, a little positivity on this whole take. If it does have third party support and it starts going that route, I would be interested to see if Nintendo kind of does what Microsoft and PlayStation does, where they actually publish a game company to make exclusive titles for them other than their past stuff, because they've done fucking Zelda, Mario, Metroid, like they've done it out the ass. Like, yes, there's more they can do with it, but they need to do something fresh.
They need that new IP.
They need to do something, because I know they have a lot of JRPGs and stuff and like things like that, but that doesn't necessarily appeal to everybody.
No, that's a niche market. I totally agree with you there. I will say this though, like, JRPGs were a very big thing, especially on Nintendo consoles back in like the Super Nintendo and like PlayStation 1 era. But like it's kind of died off since like 360, PS3. PS3 still has some strong, but like 360 had basically no JRPGs. They had a handful of them, and the new consoles only have a couple. Whereas I feel like like I said, like the big place that like JRPGs are coming out now, like I said, like the Fire Emblem games, the Shin Megami Tensei games, like all those games that are like really hardcore, essentially like old school JRPG games, they're all on the 3DS, or maybe some on the Vita, but like I said, like mostly they're on the 3DS. If they come to Switch, dude, I'd be so ecstatic for that. Like that'd be such a cool like way to turn that market.
What I need them to do is, I find it so hard to believe that in all these years they've been recycling games like there's nothing like Zelda, there's nothing like Mario, there's nothing like Metroid. There's such their own title. It just blows my mind that they haven't made another title like that. They haven't made anything new.
True enough.
Like PlayStation keeps innovating. They have Last of Us, which has now become its own thing.
Yeah.
They've had Jack and Dexter through the years. They've had all these titles like Ratchet and Clank that have become their own thing. Nintendo hasn't done that. Nintendo with the Switch, I really hope
there's like a new title that comes out.
A new title, a new brand that they can start. They really do.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't blame you. I'm excited because it's funny that you're saying it, and I did say this. Like, I mean, like obviously the whole first party, third party thing. I am excited if the next Mario game that they are like showing off there does turn out to be kind of a Mario 64-esque type game, because we haven't really seen anything like that since like really Mario like Sunshine, because like Mario Galaxy was a little bit of a different like spin on that.
I want like a story game of Mario, not levels.
I want a Mario 64-esque type world where it's like a big open world that's all connected. Like I said, like I liked the way they did it in 64.
Just remaster it.
No, I have a feeling like like I said, the way the game looked had a very 64 feel. So like it seems like that might be the direction they're going, and like there'd be a lot of really happy Nintendo fans if they did that. Breath of the Wild looks phenomenal.
Don't get me wrong. Like I do still want those classics.
So do I.
But I find it crazy that in all this time
they haven't made
a new IP.
Yeah, no, I get it. I absolutely do. They've been doing the same stuff for 30 years now.
Yeah.
But then again, I still get people coming. Well, I should say I used to, seeing as I don't work there anymore. But I used to get people all the time coming into EB asking me, "Do you have anything like Mario on Xbox, or do you have anything like Zelda on Xbox?" And it's like, Kinda, but not really. Like those games are pretty much like what they are because like they're pretty much what they are.
They are the definitive.
Yeah,
of what they
like
are.
yeah. You're if you're looking for Mario, I wouldn't tell you to play like fucking Little Big Planet because it's not the same.
No, it's
you know what I
really
mean.
not.
Like it's not the same. Or like yeah, like Zelda. Like I could if you're a fan of Zelda, I could tell you to play Darksiders because it has very Zelda-esque like things. It's puzzles and adventure and action and stuff like that. But it's not Zelda.
No,
It's not Zelda in the
like
slightest.
the closest thing you'd be is like go play Skyrim. I think maybe
Not even. I
But
wouldn't-
no,
I
but
wouldn't-
it's not the same. Like there's nothing
No.
like it.
No.
and that kind of they need to take advantage of that. They need to do
Yeah.
something new. Which Breath of the Wild is a new take. Look at an open world and everything. That's
Yeah.
That's a good step forward. Hopefully they're doing that with Mario, where they're like Mario 64 was one of our best titles. We're gonna do something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
what we need. So I'm on.
I'm not skeptical. I'm hopefully optimistic. I should say.
I'm hopefully pessimistic.
Yeah, like I'm hopefully optimistic about this console going in the direction I want it to. Like I said, we still have a lot of things to wait and hear on whether or not the power's gonna be good, the battery life, anything like that.
I would be surprised this console never leaves my TV.
And
You know
even
what?
even so, if that becomes a thing, I honestly don't care as long as it's a viable platform to play stuff on. If it's like I said, I don't even care. Like I'm okay with having this be a permanently home console, just sitting on my shelf and like
And
I'm
then
gonna,
occasionally use it when I'm in bed and I don't want to get up.
exactly like
Yeah.
like I to be perfectly honest, I don't spend a lot of time playing games outside of my home just because that's not
what's
what
the
I do.
point? Like,
but a lot of people do, and I will say
if
this,
you don't travel, if you don't travel, you don't have long breaks, you don't
Yeah.
have places you're
A
constantly
commute,
going,
mostly,
like,
yeah.
Like for people like me, like I get to work within a half hour.
See, the thing for me though, looking at my new job, like I'm probably going to have about an hour to an hour and a half every day of free time where I'm not doing anything
Yep.
because of just like I'm looking at
Your
the way
commute,
I'm looking at the way my commute's going to end up, and like I'm probably either going to end up at work early or well, probably pretty much yeah. I'm going to end up at work early, and I might have to leave work a little bit after I've done my shift. So like I might actually have the time to sit there and like fuck around on something like this. Like I might actually have to invest in like a 3DS or something like that because I'm probably going to have a fuckload of time where I'm not going to be able to do anything. Maybe the Switch is my solution. You know what I mean? Like that could be a thing. Like I've never
Where
had
you're actually, and it's good too because biggest problem with 3DS as well is that you always feel like your time you're putting into it is exclusively for that device.
yes,
And then we put most of our time on our PS4s.
yes.
So having a system where like that's my home system, but it's also my mobile system.
That's a really
All the
cool thought, man. That's
all
a really
the
cool thought.
progress is going to the same.
And that's
place.
exactly it too. Is like, and they showed that like, literally your progress is going to switch straight from one to the other. It's the same system. So yeah, exactly. Like you nailed it. Like the thought of being like, oh, okay, like yeah, like I'm going out, but I'm still picking up my save state from Zelda, going on playing for a
Fuck, I
few
can't
hours.
beat this Dark Souls boss. I'll just get on the bus and kick his ass.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly.
you know what I mean? Like that's just it's so awesome.
It is. It's like I said, Nintendo's. It makes me hopeful for the future of Nintendo, which I haven't been for a long time, to put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us what you think about it.
Tell us what you think. What do you
gonna buy
think?
it?
What are you excited? Are you gonna like? Well, yeah. What's your initial thoughts? Like, I'm pretty much sold. I think. What are your thoughts? What do you guys want as far as features for it? What do you think is going to be? Do you think it's going to be worth the time and money? Just because I mean, it could end up being like a really big. Like I said, like if the battery life sucks on it, it could be
It's
a
either
big
going to be
waste
a
of money.
huge success or a flop.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I have a feeling
one
it's
of two
going
ways.
one
I
of
don't
two
see it
ways.
going it's not going to be mediocre. It
Yeah.
won't be.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you.
See you on the next news at
I'll
night.
catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the Switch side.
Ooh. All right.
Let's go play Battlefield.